Chapter 12. Divine Appointment. I was upset at first, but then I thought about how I had prayed for God's direction, and this was the answer to my prayers. I expected God to answer, but this was like a miracle. It was so unexpected, something I would never have imagined. I praised God for His sovereignty and laughed at His sense of humor. Of course I couldn't marry Tom. He was already married. No one would blame me for breaking off our engagement. I had such peace I knew what I had to do. The next day I went to his little apartment to give him the news. However, when I got there, the place smelled like alcohol, and I could tell he was intoxicated. Our discussion started out pleasantly enough until I accused him of being drunk, took off my engagement ring and set it on the table. "What are you doing?" "You're drunk," I said. I tried to go, but he blocked my exit. He became enraged and grabbed my arm to stop me from leaving. I jerked backward and ran into the bathroom, locking the door behind me. His banging on the door frightened me. The window was too small to crawl through. There didn't seem to be any way out. I wished I had never retreated to such a confined place and wondered what would happen next. I began to cry and prayed, "Lord, help me. I don't know what I'm going to do." Then I saw a pair of sharp scissors lying on the counter. They were the only thing I could use to escape. So I picked them up, I held them above my head, and slowly opened the door. Tom was ready to lunge toward me until he saw the object in my hand. Backing off, he pleaded, "I'm sorry. I just want to talk. I weren't going to hurt you." I slipped past him, threw the scissors on the bed, and ran to my car, shaking all over. I believed Tom was a born-again Christian, but seeing how abusive he could be, I knew this was not God's plan for my life. Now at the ripe old age of 70, I know life is not always short. I arrived at church early the following morning. The Lord in His loving kindness placed a couple of women in the pew behind me who were discussing a Bible school in Wisconsin. The more I listened, the more incredible it sounded. The tuition was low because the students maintained the janitorial and kitchen duties. Classes were only in the morning so the students could work in the afternoon, and it was in Wisconsin. How perfectly far away was that, I wondered. I wrote down all the details and prayed for God's direction. The next day I contacted the school and began making plans for what I perceived was a divine appointment. In the meantime, my folks moved from Modesto to Davis, California, where Dad and Stan had opened a Kirby vacuum cleaner office. Stan invited me to join their sales crew. He assured me the money was good and I could stay with the folks till I flew to Wisconsin. The last thing I wanted to do was clean someone's house. I imagined it to be the worst job I could think of and a far cry from becoming a nurse. Stan had a way of describing what seemed to be a horrible job as a wonderful adventure. Wives are going to love this Kirby vacuum and love you for selling it to them. Once you show them how much dirt it will remove compared to their old machine, they'll be sold. I'm telling you, Joe, it sells itself. They demonstrated all the wonderful features, time-saving tricks, and little extras no other company offered. Then he told me one other secret that never failed. If they have a red door, it's a sign they will buy from you. After his sales pitch, I could hardly wait to clean someone's rugs, all their floors, but he was right about that red door. It was a beacon for a sure sale. With Stan's excellent training, I was a terrific salesperson and sold 9 of the 10 homes I did a demonstration in. The money was good, but I still needed to sell my car. I was asking $600, but was told with all the Jesus bumper stickers and religious flyers glued to my dash, it would be near impossible. I only had one person respond to my ad, a Spanish-speaking mother and her son. After the test drive, her son hemmed and hawed, finally offering me $500. I really wanted $600, but was feeling desperate, and they were my only prospects. Reluctantly, I decided I'd better take it. However, before I had a chance to respond, the mother said something to her son in Spanish as she pointed to my Jesus stickers. "Okay, $600, he said. This was just one more confirmation that the Lord was watching over me, opening a way for me to attend the New Tribes Bible Institute in Wisconsin.